Hey folks, Dan Frio here with your opening bell for July 1st, 2025. We are already in July, folks. That is crazy. It is now popping into the major part of the housing market. This is when we see really upticks in housing contracts. So if you're looking to buy or you're looking to refinance, you tuned into the right channel because we talk every day about these things and why they're being affected by the news that we're getting today. So here's what we're talking about in today's video. We're going to show how the data that's coming in the rest of this week is going to fill in this gap right through here. This is what the Federal Reserve monitors to control the federal funds rate. So last week we got the PCE in. That's the inflation number that the Federal Reserve puts the most weight in. We also had the GDP. It went from a -2 to a -5. But we're waiting now for the unemployment rate to come in. That's coming in on Thursday. It usually comes in on Friday, but this year, this month, because we have the 4th of July weekend, or the 4th of July being celebrated on Friday, this number is going to come in on Thursday. So that's the numbers we're waiting for this week. The biggest numbers that are coming out today is the JOLT numbers. But here's what Wall Street's saying right now. The 10-year Treasury yield falls as investors wait for the jobs report. So let's get over to the economic news that we're seeing right now. But first off, let me explain who I am and what I do. So my name is Dan Frio. I'm actually a federally licensed mortgage loan officer. So if you're out there in the country looking to buy or refinance, I'd love to be able to win your business. I'm licensed in all 50 states as well as Puerto Rico. And we have a slogan, one application, one credit pool. We're going to shop your loan over 30 different lenders. How do we do that? I'll give you that at the end of this video. You're here for these things. So let's get to it. So here's what we're seeing this week. So here's the economic calendar we have for the rest of this week. We have on Wednesday, really nothing. Oh, I'm sorry, Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Tuesday, we have Federal Chairman Powell speaking this morning. That will or can sway the markets. We have the manufacturing PMI. It's been pretty steady, over 50 for the last few readings. So that's good news. We'll see how that comes in. But the big news for today is the JOLT numbers. This is how many job openings and labor transfers there are. So this is going to give us kind of a read on the employment numbers. And then on Wednesday, we're going to get the ADP payroll numbers. Now, I'm not a fan of the ADP payroll numbers. If you ever watch my channel, I talk about these guys, and sometimes they're dead on. Then other times they're not even in the ballpark. So we'll watch this number tomorrow, but I don't think this should really sway the markets tomorrow. What the markets are waiting for is Thursday's numbers. Here's Thursday's reports. So on Thursday, we have the markets are closing early for Independence Day on Friday, but we have average hour earnings. This is going to let us know if consumers are staying ahead of inflation. That's a good piece of information we need to know right there. Continued jobless claims. Are people having a difficult time finding jobs? That's one of the things that the JOLT index might reveal to us in that report. So we have that. Then we have down here initial jobless claims, how many people are getting laid off. Right now, it's been pretty steady. Same thing with continued jobless claims, but right around 1.9 million. But then here's what we're looking for down through here, the unemployment rate, because this is going to actually fill in the last piece of the puzzle right through here with the Federal Reserve monitors. Because the Federal Reserve, they're meeting, I think, in about 3 weeks. They're going to determine what they're going to do. They still are relevant, folks. I know the big, beautiful tax bills out there and the tariffs and everything else. All these pieces of the puzzle truly are affecting these things over here. So you have to understand the whys behind it. So we're going to monitor the jobs report for the rest of this week and how much people are making and the unemployment numbers. So that's the focus in on this week. So let's get over to see how the markets are reacting to really not much news out this morning. We have the Dow Jones. Look at the indices. Whoa, they're giving a little bit back, but nothing major there. We got red across the board here. Yesterday it was green. Basically all the last 3 or 4 or 5 trading days. We saw the Dow Jones. I think it's up over 1,000 or so. I know the S&P just hit an all-time high, so that's good news there. Oil's ticking above $65 a barrel. Don't like it. Need this at 65 or less. The 10-year Treasury, look at that. The yield is going up 0.01. Really nothing to write home about there. Let's check cryptocurrency. First thing, I thought Bitcoin would get a nice rally because there's a lot of good information in the markets right now on Bitcoin and things like that. So we will be having a Stock Talk Tuesday today. We're going to talk about if you're interested in investing and you just want to understand the basics of it. Here's what we're going to talk about in today's video. We know that NATO, basically the world's organization, they just upped their ante on defense. So President Trump went in and said, okay, everybody in NATO needs to up the ante and start contributing 5% of their GDP to defense. Well, defense then might be a good stock to look at, as well as bonds. Bonds are a good investment, and if you're looking for a safe haven, you might be interested in today's video that we talk about stocks, bonds, and cryptocurrencies. But that's what we're seeing across the board there. Right now, the MBS market, this is what we follow to really figure out what's going on with interest rates. It's right through there. So this is the mortgage-backed security bond. It's a bond that trades on Wall Street. The yield on this thing is the biggest component of your mortgage rate. So don't watch the 10-year Treasury, and yes, unless you have to. If you don't have access to my channel to see what the MBSs are doing, you can watch the 10-year Treasury. All you need to know on this one is if it's going up, well, most likely mortgage rates are going to go up as well. But you have to look over here. Look at the 10-year Treasury where it goes 4.27. Then you look at the 30-year MBS and it gives 99.94. Well, the 10-year Treasury gives us the yield of the bond, but the 30-year bond or the mortgage bond actually gives us the price. So how you figure this out? Well, you have to just take it and say, okay, if this is down, rates are going up. There's an inverse. There's a yin-yang relationship between these. So if this is going down, rates are going up. The bigger it goes down, well, the bigger the adjustment. So down 11's really not going to do anything. If you look at a 2-day chart, we're giving back a little bit of the profits that we got from yesterday. I hope it doesn't go all the way down to here. It really shouldn't unless there's really something that hits the news that we're unaware of. Yesterday, we had a lot of banks repricing for the better. If you go to a 5-day chart, look at this. We're giving back more of those profits, but still, this trend is still our friend. We go from here up to here. There's never a straight line. There's some bumps in the road, but it's still a nice little trajectory there. It looks like the House or Senate or something passed the big beautiful tax bill to move to the next step. So at the closing bell today, I'll explain to you guys what happened in the markets, how these numbers, the employment numbers came in, and every other economic news piece came in that will be affecting these things over through here. So the last piece of the puzzle that we have is right through here. This is my website, folks. My name is Dan Frio. Like I said, I do this report twice a day. The interesting thing about us is this. Here's our slogan: one application, one credit pool. We're going to shop your loan to over 30 different lenders. Now, how and why? Well, why is because you asked for it. What are you looking for if you're looking for a mortgage? I hope that you watch my channel and you love it, and then you're like, okay, Dan, I'll use you because you're licensed in all 50 states, and now I know you have my best interest in mind, because here's what happens when you put in your application. You're going to put in your application, we're going to pull your credit, and then we're going to shop your loan to our bank. I work at a federal bank, as well as 32 other lenders. So just think of it. You're getting quotes or something from 33 total lenders. How do you do it? What's right through here? Go to the rateupdate.com. Right over to the top there is our phone number. Here's another question, ask Dan. Then if you're looking right now to refinance, or you're buying and you've locked in your rate, and you're like, okay, rates over the last, I don't know how many days, over the last 5, 6, 7 days have gotten better and better and better. What can you do? Are you stuck? Well, maybe not. We actually created this system right through here. It's a loan estimate review. What we'll do is we'll review your loan estimate. So if you went out and got 1 or 2 quotes and you locked in, and now you're like, okay, did I do the right thing? Check it out. Send me your loan estimate. You can upload it right through here. You click loan estimate. What you're going to do is just put in your contact information right through there. You're going to upload your loan estimate right here. Just upload it there, and I'll get back with you in a video. It'll be personalized to you. It'll go through your name, your loan amounts. It'll go through the fees and interest rates, and if we can save you money, and I'll give you my estimates. I'll say, they beat me. God bless you, take it. But we were able to beat them on rate and fees. Now what do you want to do? So that's one of the biggest things we have to offer a lot of our clients, because we shop your loan to over 30 different lenders, and that's how we do it. I will be your point person for this whole process, so don't fret. I do have you under control. So this is our website. If you want to find out more information, if you're looking to even buy a house, check out this video right here. Even if you already own a house and you're buying another house, you might qualify for up to $7,000 in grant money. It's no lien on the property and no payback. So a great way to help you get some money to help you buy that house. If you got some questions in regards to FHA programs, check out this right through here. How about credit? Having some credit challenges? Check out this video here, or go over to our YouTube channel. We have over 3,000 videos. I'm sure there's something there that'll help teach you what you're looking for when it comes to real estate. So that's it for today, folks. We will be back at I'm changing it to 2 o'clock today, and the reason why I'm doing that just gives me more time to do the closing bell. So we will have Stock Talk Tuesday today. We're going to talk defense stocks and the whys behind it. Well, NATO now has to increase their spending bill, so they're going to be spending a lot of money on defense. Where are they going to buy all that stuff from? So that's what we're going to talk about today in Stock Talk. So thanks for watching, guys. God bless. Have a fantastic afternoon. I'll see you in a little bit. Take care.